Hey guys, what's up? Today I want to tell you about a new upcoming vanilla server. This is under the umbrella of Whitemane. The realm will be called Emerald Dream. It will be a PvE server, and I know I hear already you growl and like, oh Jesus Christ, but there are some nice features here, and we don't have that many PvE servers, so I think that is really interesting. Bear in mind, I'm part of Project Whitemane. I'm working there, so take this with a huge grain of salt. I won't do a review or a first impression, since that would be disingenuous, I'm really stressed out, worked a lot with our developers. I will tell you more who they are in a second, but let's go over the feature list. So as I mentioned, 1x PvE server with optional opt-in bonus experience weekends. For example, there will be a cash shop, so that means you can buy experience boosts. We have this Whitemane Plus thing going with Whitemane. I will explain this as well, but it's also optional. This is pretty much a subscription, but bear with me here. In the cash shop there will be mostly cosmetic items, and then pets, mounts and tabats, along those lines, Of course, you can also buy yourself renames. Don't worry, if you think this will be abused, we will have logs. We see when someone that always causes trouble just renames themselves, so don't worry about this. Alright, we will offer a war mode, since it is a PvE server, but we want you to also do world PvP, so there's a war mode. But this is not like on Turtle WoW. As soon as you enable the war mode, your character will be permanently flagged for PvP, so there's no going back pretty much. And you will get 2 times the honor points for PvE actions, like in the open world, if you get honor kills, or in battlegrounds. So the next mode would be hardcore mode. I think that is pretty much at this point a no-brainer. There are a lot of people that enjoy hardcore mode. Of course, you don't have to play this mode. If you are not interested, we have the war mode. You could activate the war mode and hardcore mode, just if you are really masochistic. And the hardcore mode, you can group up with other hardcore characters in a 5-level range pretty much. Also, you can also group up with non-hardcore characters. On Turtle WoW, this was always a huge point of contention, where you couldn't group up with normal players, and this was so annoying, because on Turtle WoW a lot of players, like a lot of players, are hardcore players. When you are flagged for war mode though, you won't be able to group with other hardcore characters or with hardcore characters in general, so this will prevent hardcore characters to be flagged for PvP pretty much. Of course, you still need to be careful. Hardcore characters also aren't allowed to send gold and items via mail. You can't use the auction house whatsoever. When you die, you are a ghost. You can run around as a ghost. You can see other dead hardcore characters, so that could be a really nice event there. But you can't resurrect yourself. There won't be any tombstones, because we think this is too custom for vanilla. Of course, this is already pretty custom with the modes, but we want to keep it still bliss-like, if you catch my drift there. Every 10 levels you will see a little goodie box in hardcore mode with potions and scrolls to help you on your journey. Also, in certain level brackets you will also get bags, and if you reach level 60 you get more nice rewards, which I won't spoil you. And of course you can then, if you hit level 60, just continue your journey normally and raid and stuff like this, without worrying that your character will be permanently dead. You need to be level 1 to activate hardcore mode. You can do this with a special NPC in the starting areas. However, bear in mind, as soon as you enable hardcore mode, all your bags will be wiped, besides the main bag you have, and the Hearthstone, of course. All your gold will be gone. Same with mailbox contents, all gone. Bank will be cleared. So bear this in mind. This is a prevention to not make it too easy for you, like an exploit prevention, Then we have so-called level simplifications. These are optional, like I mentioned before. We will offer bonus weekend experience. We will sell XP boost via the in-game store. And we have so-called XP trinkets. You can buy these experience trinkets in the store, or you do quests. These are pretty much 2 custom quests you need to finish. The level requirement would be level 10. And you can find these NPCs in major cities where the teleportation or the portal trainers are. There are 2 types of trinkets. The one is called Fading Scholar Stone, and as the name implies, it's fading. This means if you crafted this through the quest, it's repeatable. It will begin to tick as soon as you equip it, and it will last 2 in-game hours. So don't worry, this won't tick while you are offline, and this will boost your experience gain by 25%. And then we have another one. This is the Eternal Mentor's Talisman, and this is permanent as the name implies. It also boosts for 25%, and you can stack those 2. This means you would get 50% more. I mentioned the bonus weekend experience. This is an opt-in feature. This is not automatically enabled. You can enable this through a NPC in major cities, because we know there are people that just want to level with 1x, and that is completely fine. We want to give you the option to do so, you know. Of course, our realm will be with a progressive patch cycle, but we will start with the patch 1.5. This means the honor system is enabled, and you know, some battle masters are there as well. And we will uphold certain stages of the 1.12 patch. So this is notable in the mount system, in the taxi nodes, and the PvP vendor restrictions and graveyards, for example. In Ratchet, there will be a flight master or a camp Taurayo, or how you pronounce that. There will also be a flight path. And then we will see where the most players are in terms of progression, and then we will go to the next patch. But don't worry, you don't need to rush or anything like this. Take your sweet time, you know. Vanilla's all about the journey, the leveling, meeting people. Take your time, no need to rush here. Then another point, we will have cross-faction. This is pretty much a staple of Whitemane. We also have this on our Cataclysm realm. In case, you know, maybe there is a faction imbalance, or at the start the population isn't that big, you will be still able to group up, do raids, do outside quests. Of course, faction-specific quests are faction-specific, you know. You can't just run as Alliance into Orgrimmar and take quests, for example. But you can form groups, raids, and even form guilds. However, it is really important for us to still uphold the spirit of the original, you know, like the original orcs versus humans, how it was in Warcraft pretty much. So this means battlegrounds remain exclusive for factions. You know, if you're Alliance, you won't start in the Horde base. You will start with just Alliance players. Then we also offer racial abilities and racial shift. The racial shift is also a staple of Whitemane. The racial shift basically means if you're a human, but for example a human warrior or something like this, but you want the orc racials, since orc supports the warrior class as well, you can go to the racial shift NPC and then change your racial abilities. This means the passive skills and the actives to your desired race, pretty much. This will be a one-time change though. You can buy recharges. This is also another Whitemane Plus thing. If you have Whitemane Plus, you can use it however you like, you know. The racial abilities, you will be able to modify racial class spells to enhance your strategies and possibilities pretty much. For example, if you're a human priest, you can now utilize the anti-fear ward from dwarves. So you aren't bound, you know, to roll a specific race. So you can choose the one you really like or the more good-looking one, you know. Then we have so-called summoning NPCs, fairly similar to the summoning stones, but we have NPCs and they will teleport your whole group or even the raid to the dungeon or raid entrance, and these NPCs are called master summoners. And for example, you have a minor NPC near dead mines, so they make sense where they are, you know. And to do so, you need so-called waystones. They have different tiers. For example, the starting tier would be novice, then adept, veteran, and then the rate tier. And the novice starts with 25 silver. This is, you can buy this from a specific reagent vendor in Stormwind or Orgrimmar, and you can teleport your whole group there. Then we have something for druids and rogues. The combo point mechanic is a little bit changed here. When you're druid or rogue and you killed your enemy, your combo points are lost. Now, pretty much your combo points are bound to yourself, not the target mob, Should help a little bit with leveling and doing damage and stuff like this. We will also touch the paladin buffs. So, Paladins was really annoying. You need to buff every 5 minutes, or with the creator buffs every 30 minutes. From now on, they are pretty much at the same level as the priest buffs or the mage buffs. The normal blessings will have a duration of 30 minutes, and the greater blessings will have a duration of 1 hour. Of course, still need the reagents for the greater ones. Just something for convenience, Then we have PvE hardening. Classic rates will be adjusted and will be a little bit harder. For example, all NPCs will have 20% more health, and we will also adjust their ability timers. This means they will do their abilities in a faster fashion, So to keep it fresh, pretty much. We all know the all rates, and we hope this will freshen it up a little bit. Then we have an adjustable raid system for all the raid content. As soon as a new patch releases with new raid content, you can run a 40-man raid. For example, Through Group came out, and now you will be able to run Molten Core, is a 40-man raid with a maximum of 20 players, so you can't go lower than this. The HP values of the mobs will be scaled down, and the gold rewards as well. On 20-man raids, this will go down to 12 people. Then we have an anti-dungeon boost mechanic. This is pretty much to prevent dungeon boosting. If there's a too significant level range among your group, you will gain almost no experience, like heavily reduced experience. If you're alone in a dungeon and without a group, you won't get any experience whatsoever. So you still can farm dungeons, but you won't get any experience if you're alone. Then we have level restricted game objects. This is mainly to ensure that people interact with these objects on a certain level, which makes sense, not just a low level or you parked a character or toon there, like notably for the Black Lotus spawns. You won't be able to pick them up as low level, Then we have a custom LOS block. This is fairly unique. As you know, trees and stuff like this don't really offer an LOS block or aren't really an object where you can break LOS. We enhanced this, so now you will be able to hide behind trees and other objects. People won't, or mobs included, won't be able to cast and hit you through that. Then we have an improved weapon and defense skill formula. Now the mob level, your level, and your intelligence stat are now more important to gain skill levels with weapons, and your defensive skill should make it easier pretty much. Then we also offer questing raid group and for the open world, so you can form raid groups in the open world or in dungeons and can complete quests through that. Another thing is we will offer the Chronobone Displacer. This is just to ensure you that you can play without needing to raid lock your characters. You can put them in the Chronobone Displacer. Has pretty much no cooldown. You can activate them and put them back in. This will cost you 250 gold. It's a one-time purchase for each character you have, You can buy this from Chromie in Andorhal. You won't be able to use this while in combat or in a battleground though, so bear this in mind, so you can't really abuse this mechanic. We of course offer world buffs. World buffs like normal won't tick while you are offline. This won't happen here. This is just normal. And what we also did is they preserve through death. So if you die with world buffs, you will still have them. Then we will offer also an XP stop. This is a Whitemane Plus only feature. If you want to drink, you can XP freeze and then play battlegrounds or in the open world, you know. Same goes for instant mail, is also a Whitemane Plus feature. Respec cap, normally, you know, the respec cap goes up to 50 gold, really expensive. Of course, we know gold things are really important in vanilla. We will have something cooking for this as well. But for the moment, respec is completely free. We also offer a respec token. You can purchase that from specific reagent vendors in Orgrimmar and Stormwind. And this is called the Stone of Redistribution and lets you reset your talents on the fly. So basically, let's say there is a specific encounter in the dungeon or raid and you want to respec, or a tank left and you are a druid, for example, you could on the fly respec with the Stone of Redistribution. This is also a unique item, means you can only have one at a time. Last but not least, we will also offer a refreshment table and a health fountain. You maybe know this from TBC. The visuals make sense for vanilla though, so we made sure this is in the vanilla spirit, and this just should help mages and warlocks improving their raid gameplay. You know, you needed to make hundreds of water and food or health stones as warlock, and this wasn't a really nice experience. This should help you with that. Of course, you need level 60, you need 3 people to summon these tables or the health fountain, and you can buy the reagent from a specific reagent vendor in Stormwind and Orgrimmar. Yeah, I know this was a lot, you know, there are a lot of changes and features, and from the bottom of my heart, I hope you will enjoy. We also have a suggestions form on our Discord in the Emerald Dream section. Feel free to, you know, put your suggestions in there. This doesn't mean we will implement everything though, so please understand this. You will see me around. I'm community manager of Whitemane. That's why I told you I'm working there. I can't really do a review of first impressions. And the developers I'm talking about, I'm closely working with them. These are Nolan and Shell. And Nolan was gone, as you know, maybe from the videos I made there, the whole sanctuary situation. It took a lot of time and energy to get him back. And it took me a lot of energy and work to get this ball rolling. Gaga, Rage Host, Shell and Nolan met in real life in Germany, you know. And this is completely under the umbrella of Whitemane. Like I mentioned, I'm really stressed out how you will react to this. But yeah, I'm also really excited. And I would say we are in really, really good hands. I became friends with Nolan and Shell pretty much through working together with them. I'm also community manager of Hateforge. This is Nolan's project. And because of the whole sanctuary drama, this made us really close, as you can imagine, going through something like this. But yeah, if you have other questions, let me know in the comments. This video is already pretty long, I know. Not a lot of people will stick till the end, but yeah, I hope you will enjoy it, and we will do our best to make this one of the best vanilla servers it can be. Of course, as of making this video, you will be able to log into the PTR, and there will be bugs, of course. This is not just, you know, copy-paste. There's a lot of love and passion put into this. And yeah, I hope you will like it, guys. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike it if you disliked it. And having said it, until next time, guys. Bye-bye, and I hope you will enjoy. I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a nice day, guys. Stay safe out there. Vincent out. Bye-bye.